YP peeps, school started officially yesterday in what we now have as our new normal, which is this concept of virtual schooling. I've been very focused on my social media feeds, and I've noticed a lot of us as parents are currently struggling to adjust to this new normal, especially if you have younger kids. How do you get them focused on school? How do you get them to adjust to this whole new schooling system? And how can you make your life easier in terms of that? So, for me, some of the things that I've done and I've already had in place in terms of managing my daughter's screen time and all of that stuff has really helped me in terms of being able to get her to focus on school because I was already managing her screen time. So, with that being said, when it comes on to her taking part in her classes, because my daughter is currently 3 years old, and as you can imagine, with a 3 year old, you put a tablet in front of them, they're really just looking to, play Dora, Peppa Pig, or whatever games they want to play on their tablets. So that makes it very difficult for you to have that child use the same device to take part in school. For me, because I was already managing her screen time, I took some steps in terms of restricting the apps that she has access to. And pretty much when it's school time, it's literally just school time, and that's all that she can access on the tablet. So that has definitely made it a lot easier for me in terms of getting her to focus on school, because she cannot exit the app or access any other apps on her tablet apart from, in this instance, Zoom, which is what her school uses. So I just wanted to make this quick video to kind of share with you guys some of my tips, and hopefully it will kind of help you in terms of helping your child stay focused during this virtual schooling. I'm going to show you two options that I currently use in terms of managing my daughter's screen time and how that can benefit you in terms of managing your child's screen time and getting them focused on school. So one of the first things we're going to look at is I have Google Family, which allows me to control her smartphone. Essentially, with Google Family, you can set the apps that they have access to, as well as how long they can access those apps. And not only that, because my daughter is 3 years old, when it comes on to her having an email address, obviously for the most part, I'm going to be the one that is logging into that email address. And as she slowly understands certain things, I will give her the password to be able to access it. But Google Family allows you to be able to create an email address for your child, which is managed by you, and everything in terms of the password and all of that, and the devices they can sign in. You have to approve those. Any apps they install on their devices, you have to approve those. So that's one thing. So first thing, you got to get Google Family. Once you get it set up, you sign into your Google account, and then you pretty much just need to create a Google account for your child. If they already have a Google account, you can select the yes option, just follow this prompt and go through it. I'm not going to show you how to set that up right now because that's not what we're hyper focused on, how to set up Google Family. I'm just kind of showing you how to use Google Family to manage your child's screen time. So as you can see, when I go on my Google Family and I click on my daughter's profile, I'm able to manage her settings. So right now I have her settings. If I go here and I tap on Android apps, you will see the apps that are currently installed on her smartphone. Or if, for example, your child has a Android tablet, you'll see the apps that are installed, and you get the option to block or allow certain apps. So as you can see, most of these apps are blocked. However, it also allows you to be able to see the apps that they've used in the last couple of days. The thing is, I have wiped her smartphone at the moment, so you're not seeing those settings You would have normally seen how long she used the device for. Today, yesterday, last 7 days, 30 days. And with this, you can manage the apps. So I could allow the app here, and I could tap on the icon over the right side, and it would normally allow me to set the time limit for those apps as well. So basically I can see how long she's using a particular app for, and I can pretty much just block it if I want to. And I do have the option to extend the time as well as set her bedtime, that kind of thing. And in case of school, I can pretty much just block every other app on the phone or tablet, for example, and she will only have access to Zoom. That helps you to help your child be hyper focused. If you guys want to see me do a more in-depth video on how to set up Google Family and all of that, and how to manage your child's device on that, I can do that as well. But this is just a rough overview in terms of what you can do, because there's some great features here, especially when we talk about the email itself and how you manage your child's email. Some great features there as well, but we're just glancing over the top. So that's one suggestion. You can literally block every app on the tablet using Google Family, as long as it's an Android tablet and you set it up using the Google account that you manage for your child. Helps them be hyper focused. If, for example, you're having a challenge, it could even be your teenage child who maybe you're having issues with them going to bed on time or anything like that. You can set their designated bedtime and those devices will close at that point. So that's that. In the case of my daughter, what she uses for school actually is her Amazon Fire tablet. It is an Android tablet. However, it does not come by default with Google services. So Google Family is not an option on that unless you're looking at jailbreaking it. However, that's fine because the Amazon tablet has some great features in terms of you being able to manage your child's device. So this is what I'm showing you right now. So one of the first things, again, by default, her profile is on the tablet and I can manage it using Amazon's Free Time Unlimited. So with that, on her personal profile, for example, I can set it to be locked during school time and only unlocking after school time, and then it closes again when it's her bedtime, and it only opens back when school is finished the next day. And I can set it to be opened on the weekends, for example, and I'll kind of show you guys what that looks like. So as you can see, weekdays her tablet turns off at 7:30 p.m. and it does not open back the next day until 1:30 p.m., which is when her school ends. You see that? And then I can control how long she spends doing any particular activity on her tablet. So as you can kind of see that, and I can set educational goals. So for example, before she's able to get the entertainment content on her tablet, she has to use 2 hours of educational apps and watch 2 hours of educational videos, which is a lot. So pretty much for the whole day, she has only educational content. So if the tablet is unlocking at 1:30, that's 6 hours between that time. I don't give her that much screen time, but let's say for argument's sake, she was using the device for 6 hours. In order for her to be accessing entertainment content, which is solely entertainment, she would have to watch those educational content first or use those educational apps. And then my targets for the weekends are a bit different. So on the weekend, the tablet opens at 6 a.m. and it closes at 9 p.m. It's a weekend. You gotta allow your kids to live a little. Okay. So that's for her personal profile. And to keep her hyper focused when it comes on to school and ensure that she's, really just paying attention in class and not being distracted by all of this entertainment stuff or all the apps totally unrelated to school, I created a second profile on her tablet called School. And the only app that is on that profile is Zoom for School. Pretty much just the Zoom cloud meeting app, which they use for school. and that's all she can accept. I have blocked every other app on that profile. And as I mentioned, her personal profile is closed during school time, and the school profile is open during school time. So she has no option but to use the school profile and sit down and use Zoom and pay attention in classes. So that's just my pro tips in terms of managing your child when it comes on to their devices and ensuring that they're focused on school. This is only using the technological side of it. The rest of it is you as a parent just have to be there with your child and ensuring that they're focusing on school. We can't be reliant on technology only, but it's definitely a useful tool that we can use to manage our kids during this time and ensure that they're focused during their classes. This is literally just an over-the-top overview on some of the ways that you can monitor your children and manage their time when it comes on to them taking part in virtual schooling. And I mean, even outside of that, because as I said, I was using this outside of school. So when virtual school became a thing, it was so easy for me to be able to now apply what I was already using to now manage her for her online schooling. So if you guys want to see me go more in depth in terms of explaining how to set up some of these services and how to utilize them, I can definitely do that. So just ask all your questions and I'll definitely be happy to answer them. But pretty much that's it in terms of what I got to say on this. Again, it's just an overview, over the top. I didn't even cover the setup process, I know, but I just wanted to show you that there are options in terms of you being able to manage your child's screen time. I know it's hard. We can all do this together.